Hi, I'm Eric Odell, and we're here with Continuous Testing Live here at AWS reInvent 2017. We're here at the CA Technologies booth where we're teaching people how to become a DevOps rock star. And so I'm here with my friend Steve Filoni. Steve, tell us what you do here at CA Technologies.
I'm VP of Products for our Continuous Delivery business unit. And basically what that is my business unit is helping people become DevOps rock stars.
All right, so Steve, we've been talking to a lot of customers with CA Technologies in the last couple of weeks, talking to them about testing. So how has testing, the role of testing, changed in the last 10 years?
Well, I can be talking about this for hours. How has it changed? You used to have the COE. The COE is the center of excellence, and developers would hand over things over the wall, and the centers of excellence would do the testing, whether it's functional testing, automated testing, performance testing, security testing would go to a security team. That's how it used to be, right? Now you have a COE, but now that's a center of enablement. So those people are moving into Scrum teams. And so now the testing, the developers and the testers are together in Scrum teams as they do sprints. So testing is not thrown over the wall anymore. Testing is now part of the sprint. It's done on a daily basis. So the developers are doing more testing. Testers are now more technical, doing more technical testing. It's a big change.
Wow. That's a lot of change. In fact, I've been hearing that that's a lot of shift. I mean, what do you have to say about that?
Well, you stole my line. Yeah, shift happens. Everything has shifted left. So this whole COE, DevOps, all this, everything has brought everything down where it's now developers and sprints that are doing the work. So you have these agile teams doing all the work. So shift happens because so much work is being done. It's not just the testing, it's the deployment, it's the verification, it's the development. There's so much that has to get done in sprint. That's what we're talking about when we say shift happens. So much shift.
So continuous testing, I heard some folks say that continuous testing is like the missing link for continuous delivery. Now, why would people say that?
Because it looks like Sasquatch. The reason why continuous testing is the missing link is what happened is when people started doing Agile, developers were all excited. They can now get applications or services out faster, but they couldn't get the testing done. So what were they doing? They were releasing with risk. So that was going out. They were going out fast and hoping that they could fail forward, fail often, but fail forward. And so if they had a problem, they'd fix it. But the problem is that's not realistic. You have problems, you're going down, your business, your reputation, you're losing money. It's not the best way. And so how do you do it? The only way to do it now is continuous testing. So now with continuous testing, you start with the requirements, you go into development, you go with continuous integration, you have that integration testing, you have your security testing, you monitor in production, you take all that feedback, that whole loop happens. So continuous testing is the only way to ensure that you're having high quality apps when you're doing continuous delivery.
All right, now we always get an onslaught of acronyms that come at us, and some of these acronyms can be very scary because it can cost us all sorts of money. Who knows? You know, way back with Sarbanes-Oxley, everybody was freaking out. SOX, oh my God, SOX, scared everybody to death. However, we're hearing a new acronym right now. It's called GDPR. What is GDPR?
Dude, GDPR scares me. It's General Data Protection Regulation. It's a European regulation that basically says if you lose access of PII data, your customer's data, you lose that, you were hacked, however it is, you lose it, you get fined. And not just a little fine, you get a big fine, a massive fine. I forget the percentage, but it's a big percentage of your revenue. So American companies think, hey, we're good to go, we're not European. If you're a global company and you're doing business in Europe and you have European names that you're storing, PII information from European companies, you are held responsible for that. GDPR is everybody's problem.
Okay. So I understand that Test Data Manager has something that can assist us with responding to GDPR and getting kind of in compliance, but tell us what that's about.
All right, when we talk about testing, one of the biggest problems in testing, outside of automation, is getting your data. That's a huge problem. So, what people do when they try to get this data is they go into production. They grab the production data. Now, I'm not going to mention names, almost every company ever. When they grab that data from production, It's not masked. They just grab data from production, they start using that for testing. This is a problem because now you have more people, more hands in the cookie jar, more people touching that private data. So what do you have to do? There's a few things. First idea is, well, let's mask it. Let's go in, let's grab the data from production, let's mask all the PII information, and then use that for testing. That's great, that's fantastic. TDM, Test Data Manager, helps with that. We do the masking. But we go a step further, right? So why touch production data when you don't have to? Let's create synthetic data. We will create synthetic data that matches what's in production. So instead of masking the data, let's just use fake data that matches the profiles that's in your production. So now you don't even have to worry about it. Did you not mask something that you should have? Don't worry about it. Just use synthetic data. Test Data Manager has synthetic data. That will help with GDPR. Everybody, everyone that's doing testing, any sort of testing whatsoever, you need to have GDPR protection. TDM gives you that GDPR protection.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool. So, one of the things that we're announcing here at AWS, in fact, we actually announced it at CA World just a couple of weeks ago, but we're doing demos today of something new that we've introduced with our continuous delivery with Virtual Test Data Manager. So tell me, what is different about Virtual TDM?
Virtual TDM is completely 100% complementary to our TDM. If you think about TDM, TDM will help either create synthetic or grab data from production and give you a gold copy test database. We mask, we subset, we get you all that. That's TDM. Now, what happens after that is generally people then have to reserve that data because you have testers or developers that want access to that data. But a lot of times, once you use the data, it's over. It's gone. So you have to reserve that data. And then if you have a problem, say you found a bug, now you give it to the developer. You have to stop testing because they now have to use that database that you just had a problem with. VTDM gives testers and developers access to virtual databases. So now everyone can share the same gold copy data without any reservations. Everyone has their own data, full data because it's virtual. And so now I can instantaneously bring up my test data, run my test, drop the database, bring the database back up instantaneously, and keep running. I can save that data. I can share it with developers. If I want them to find a problem and debug it, perfectly fine. I bring up another virtual database, and I can keep testing. So now I can have 5, 6, 10, 20, hundreds of testers all using the same data, no one stomping on each other, everyone bringing the data up, dropping the data instantaneously, no memory overhead. Right? A big problem that people were doing is they were taking this gold copy test data, then they were copying the database over and over again, or multiple databases, because no one just has one database. So they were copying, that's massive amounts of data, terabytes of data they're copying. It takes way too long. Virtual databases, instantaneous.
Okay. So if I'm an enterprise that wants to learn more about Virtual Test Data Manager or just Test Data Manager, if I want to learn more about how I can solve this problem with GDPR, where would you recommend that I go to find out more?
Well, if you're here at AWS reInvent, come over to our booth. Our booth number is 2523. Let me clean that up for you. Oh, there we go. 2523. So if you're here, go that. Otherwise, go to the CA.com. But I'm not going to tell you how to do it with CA.com. Just do CA space Test Data Manager in Google. Google it, takes you right there, and you'll learn all about TDM.
Great, thank you very much, Steve. And again, I'm Eric O'Dell here with Continuous Testing Live. We're here at AWS reInvent, and we invite you to join us at booth 2523. We're going to be talking to you for the next 3 days about how to become a DevOps rockstar, so we hope that you'll join us. Have a good day.